The best trade you take this year may be a loss. Perfect setup, right size, stop exactly where you intended. Price may come a couple ticks away from hitting your take profit and then reverse and take you out for a loss. And you'll probably feel sick. There'll be a voice in your head that says, see, this doesn't work. You should have moved your stop. You should have closed down the position early. That same week, you may chase a trade you had no business being in. Doubled the size because of frustration and pain that you're sitting in. And that position may hit take profit and you'll probably feel fantastic. So you have to be honest about what's going on in your head. Your animal brain isn't designed to score whether you took a trade part of your plan or not. It scores when you make money and you feel the dopamine release. It rewards you for gambling when the gamble works and punishes you for discipline when discipline costs you. And you've been running those reps for years. And that's why you can't follow your plan. Not because you lack willpower, but because you've trained yourself into over many reps not sticking to your trading plan. Today, we change that scoreboard so that losses no longer feel like threats or wounds, so we can redefine losses and what they mean, and we can integrate them as a very normal part of our trading and not be reactive to them. You know, moving your stops, revenge trading, cutting winners early, over leveraging on an entry, or freezing or hesitating on an entry, not taking a trade part of your plan, these all stem from that one problem of an avoidance of losing and a pain when losing and a fear of loss. So by going in and redefining losing and no longer seeing it as a pain or as a threat, but integrating it as a very normal part of your trading journey, that has a positive repercussion on all these other destructive trading patterns that stem from the avoidance of losing. You'll find yourself moving your stops less, accepting necessary losses part of your edge. You'll find yourself not seeking revenge after you lose. You'll find yourself not desiring to cut your winners early, but just letting them play out till you take profit and taking that pressure off your shoulders that you have to be pinpointing every single trade perfectly. You'll find yourself over leveraging less. You'll find yourself having more certainty in the market and just executing when your trades come through. Your brain registers a trading loss as a threat, as damage, not an expense. And really this mechanism, this reaction has been wired into us over thousands of years, and it's a pure survival response. Thousands of years ago, our ancestors needed, the moment there was a perceived threat in front of them, some form of a fight or flight response as a way to get their physical body primed for an imminent threat in front of them, which would have killed them thousands of years ago. And the subcortical areas of the brain were designed to protect our ancestors thousands of years ago in these life-threatening situations. And the brain never gets rid of old layers, it just builds new layers on top. So each and every single one of us have those same survival mechanisms built into our minds. And those survival mechanisms fire faster than any rational thought. Because on the off chance, the 0.0001% chance that we're in a life-threatening situation, we need that survival response to keep us alive. But when we're sitting at our desk and we're trading, we need to learn to manage that survival response so it doesn't influence our trading decisions. And so that the animal brain doesn't dramatize and exaggerate a monetary loss in the market and make it mean something bigger than what it is. And there's a way to do this. It's something I've helped many traders do. Redefine what losing means and no longer perceive it as a threat. You know, what happens when we're trading is we have a sample space of trades. There's winners, there's losers. You're never gonna be able to avoid a loss. Your edge, by definition, means you're gonna have both wins and losses. But chances are you're either gonna win more than what you lose, or your winners are gonna be bigger than your losses. And over a large enough sample space, you approximate profitability. The law of large numbers eventually averages to your edge. But there's this sample space of trades that a trader experiences. Win, loss, win, 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 loss, loss, win. Now, on the individual trade that it's a loss, what happens is the trader perceives that and they narrow their focus. All they see is that individual loss and they put blinders on. They don't have a broader perspective in that moment. And the brain in that moment perceives more drawback than benefit, more challenge than support, more pain than pleasure. And the animal brain, what it does is it takes those negatives and it dramatizes and exaggerates those negatives. It builds a narrative in the mind of the trader and it says, all right, I've perceived a loss in this moment. In actuality, what it is, it's a $700 loss where price moved from my entry to my stop loss. But then the trader takes that and the survival response dramatizes and exaggerates how bad that is. And the trader runs a narrative of taking it personally. They They question their intellect, they question their worth, they dramatize and create fears about this happening again, and they blow that loss out of proportion and they dramatize and exaggerate the negatives. Never, ever once paying attention to the unconscious benefits and advantages that loss may have provided in that moment, but we'll get to that in a second. So the survival response is designed to dramatize and accentuate the pain of the loss as a way to kickstart that fight or flight response. So the subcortical area is trying to keep the trader alive in a non-threatening situation. Now, in that moment, the trader is perceiving a loss. What they're neglecting to see is that loss is part of a broader sample space, and that one individual loss, when put in context of your previous wins and future wins, really what it's doing is it's just averaging out your past wins or your future wins to give you your true return. So the mechanism fires because of a narrow perspective. The trader, one, isn't seeing the larger sample space, and two, the trader is perceiving drawback without benefit, disadvantage without advantage. They're seeing pain without pleasure in that moment, which dramatizes and accentuates the losses and perpetuates the destructive trading patterns for the trader. So there's a question I love asking traders that helps them redefine and reimagine and rewire what losses actually represent to that trader part of their trading journey. The first thing we have to understand is that we don't escape losses in the journey. When we're trading a probability model, both wins and losses are there. But some traders go on this fantasy trip and this idea and this attachment to winning. And they're trying to impose a one-sided reality on a two-sided actuality in the market. And they're building up wins in their mind, and they're attached to winning, and they're infatuated with winning and dramatize winning and building a narrative of what that reward will give them that's very pleasurable in their mind, and that releases dopamine, and they become attached to that. So as a result, by law of contrast, they become pained by losing. Losses are so painful because they think in their mind winning is so sweet. And these are simple contrast laws in the mind of a trader. If you see the moments you're most pained by losses, the moments you're longing for wins in that moment, and what you thought the win was going to give you, a funded account, a payout, a better life, quitting the 9-to-5 job, a new watch or a new car, a lot of the times it's not necessarily the immediate monetary loss in that moment, but it's what the win represented that the trader is pained by, because they now perceive they're not getting all those rewards they've attached to the win. So traders in that moment of experiencing a painful loss are assuming that if they had a win in that moment, their trading journey would be better off. So one question I ask traders is, how does losing actually help you and help propel you to consistent profitability? The immediate response in 99% of cases is it doesn't. And I said, that's exactly why you're experiencing the challenge you're experiencing right now, because you don't see the advantages of losing. You don't see how it helps you. And I usually tell them a story about a trader that I worked with many years ago, who was a very successful trader. This was very eye-opening to me at the time, is that he said to me that he enjoys every so often taking a loss. He enjoys every so often taking a loss because it's a reminder in those moments that there's risk in the market's unpredictable, the importance of sticking to your trading plan, the importance of being on your risk management, the importance of being open and teachable and staying out of this self-aggrandizing bubble of thinking that you figured it out. The losses kind of humble you out of that every so often to get you back to your trading plan. I thought that was a really interesting perspective to me, because our actions tend to demonstrate that we don't like losses, we want to avoid losses. But what if we could redefine how we see losses and accept inevitable and unavoidable losses in our journey? What would that do to our trading? So how does losing help propel you to consistent profitability? Well, every so often, like I just mentioned, a loss, an experience of a loss, what that does is it humbles this fantasy, this self-aggrandizing pride that we hold on to as traders, thinking that we can make money easily in the market and take from the market. And it humbles that and it grounds us and it reminds us the market's unpredictable. The market has risks. And what that does is it brings us back to being open, teachable, to being adaptable in the market. It ensures that we have a proven process and certainty in our edge. And the fearing losses, what that does is it ensures we have enough certainty in our trading plan and enough certainty in our edge to take setups that we're fearful of taking. So losing humbles the pride and it gives us this accountability to stick to our plan, to stick to proper risk management. And every so often when we go off track and we take low quality setups and we force ideas into the market snaps us back. And sometimes it snaps us even further and we kind of find the center again. But then what I also find interesting is figuring out, all right, what's the pain and the drawback of winning, the wins we're attached to? Those pleasurable wins we put up on a pedestal which drive our resentment to losing, what are the drawbacks of winning the individual trade? How does that actually hurt our ability to have consistent profitability? Well, when we win on the individual trade, we puff ourselves up into pride, into this idea that we've figured it out. We minimize risk in the market, we minimize the importance of our trading plan. So in that state, we take ourselves off center. We become prideful thinking we've cracked the code in an ever-changing market, and that's the exact moment we get humbled by the market. Winning the individual trade has consequences, and losing the individual trade have benefits. They're kind of like guardrails that keep the trader every so often when he gets too proud, we experience a little painful loss to bring us back to center. It's like touching a hot stove as a reminder that there are real risks in the market and a reminder of process-based thinking. So what this trader was saying is that they don't mind experiencing losses every so often because it reminds them of that reality and it can bring them back. And I really like that reframe. I think it's very productive for traders not to become resentful to inevitable and unavoidable losses, but to use them as the very feedback to snap out of pride and fantasy and get them back to their trading plan. And by the way, the only reason losses are painful is if there's an attachment to a fantasy pleasure of a win, and the loss needs to be an equal degree, the pain of the loss needs to be an equal degree to the pleasure of the fantasy as a way to break you out of that. So the more you build up winning in the reward system in your mind, the more painful losses are going to be to help you break your attachment to a one-sided fantasy. And when you do this over and over and over and over, and you see it enough, the drawbacks of winning an individual trade and how that hurts consistent profitability, and the benefits of winning an individual trade and how that helps to have consistent profitability, you realize the wins and losses are just feedback keeping you moderated to stick to your plan, and you kind of start to transcend those outcomes. You're not trying to seek after wins as much, therefore you're not trying to avoid losses. And no matter what the market gives you on that individual trade, you're unreactive to that. You just stick to your plan with proper risk management. That's how you build consistent profitability. And these traders realize that, you know what, these losses help them break their attachment to winning the individual trade and the dopamine, because the more they hold on to that sweet pleasure of the win, the more they attract painful losses to help them break that. And what that does is it makes them realize that I can take all this pressure off my shoulders of trying to be right on every individual trade as a trader, and what I need to do is stick to my process. I don't need to be right on this individual trade. I don't need to have the pressure on myself that I have to figure it out in this individual trade. All I need to do is just stick to my plan. And once you really integrate those lessons, the reframe becomes your risk or your loss is just the price you pay of entering into the market. Just like if you wanted a new iPhone or a new computer, you'd take $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, you'd know that's the cost of purchasing that particular product, and you'd go off and pay for it. It's no different. If you want to expose yourself to the reward in the market, you have to pay a price for that. That is the price of a loss every so often and the price of risk you put on the market. It's just that when we get caught in this idea that we're going to get something for nothing in the market, that's when losses are really painful. But when you realize there's no such thing as a free lunch, there's always a cost, and you become wise as a trader, realizing that I'm going to figure out what this cost is up front and pay it up front if I want the perceived reward, then you recognize you'll never get into a trade without truly accepting the cost of being in that trade, which is the potential loss. Now traders, if you found this particular video insightful, what I want you to do is go into the description or the first comment or scan the QR code that's going to pop up on your screen here and download the Bulletproof 3.0 training that comes with my free AI-powered tool. That's going to help you implement these exact processes into your trading so that this doesn't just become a YouTube video you watch, but it's something that you have an actionable tool to continue to implement the theory and the principles in real time and see measurably better results in your trading. And what I want you to do is watch the video that's going to pop up on your screen here next. It's a 22-minute video that summarizes 6 years of trading psychology insights into one video. Click on that, watch that next.